Hey there. So today we have another Darwin's Rants, and this will be a heavy one. There's a lot of stuff going on. So first off, if you are in the insurance industry, doing sales and all that stuff, let me know. Financial advisor, please let me know. I need these kind of people to reach out to talk to me because it's something I'm definitely considering. So, if you guys don't know, I just recently posted a video on Sunday talking about transitioning in my career and life, and said that I probably needed something else other than being a server bartender. I've been having a struggling time to make income. In the last couple months, I'm probably going to be averaging $3,000 for the month, and that's before tax. This is not sustainable. I'm the main income of my family, and Katie just lost her job, so it's not going to work out. So if you have any information, please let me know. So I posted that video on Sunday talking about how I might have to look into remote attorney work, do something else. Who knows? Someone messaged me on LinkedIn, works for New York Life. I know logo. I'm from New York. Like you probably know the logo. It is a Fortune 500 company, one of the top producers of insurance in the entire country. It's a corporation. They make them a gajillion dollars. So someone reached out on LinkedIn. Hey, like, are you looking for a career change? Blah blah. And I was like, oh, very weird, very interesting, like very weirdly timing. And he never mentioned anything about the video I just posted. Like literally just happened a day after I posted the video. I'm obviously struggling. I'm having a midlife crisis right now, trying to figure out how to financially support my family. I took an interview today, and it literally, went like, hey, like we're looking for a financial advisor, blah blah. Working for obviously one of the great corporations in the company, in the world. Yeah. If you're working for one of the top insurance providers in the entire U.S., you're working for a Fortune 500 company. Big deal. Blah blah. He had history working in service as well, bartender serving, and then decided like, oh, well, I need something sustainable, so he did this job instead. He asked me like, hey, like, do you prefer to work? In general, there's multiple jobs in corporate world where you're front facing or back facing, where you want to sit at a computer and like sit by yourself and do nothing, or you'll be a front facing person. And my entire resume and my entire work experience in my life is being a front facing person, customer service, dealing with people. So I answered that question, and you talk a little bit about the job, and then he's like, "You have any questions about this?" And I asked like, well, how do you find me? Like, you didn't mention anything about like, the video I just posted, anything. He like randomly mentioned I have a YouTube channel. Like, he found my LinkedIn's not even been updated for like years. And I was like, so you mentioned like this silly awesome job or some blah blah. He's a recruiter, so obviously he can tell me all the great things about it. And he's like, well, like with the LinkedIn AI, I'm looking for people that work in the server industry like himself, and then also have like good degrees. So like, I'm a dummy with a JD, Juris Doctorate. I'm an attorney. Forget about a college degree, master's degree, right? Like I'm like, there's no dummies doing what I'm doing, right? And that's how you found me. Like the AI somehow like randomly algorithmized myself. And then I literally found out, we the whole spiel, ask about things. And also the other thing is like, I noticed he was like a local, so I looked him up and I saw him on LinkedIn. And I was like, I don't recognize him as a regular from Sanford Brewing in Maitland. The office, by the way, I got an interview. So on Monday, I have to suit up, do the whole to-do. I have an interview on Monday, and the place where the office is 0.8 miles away. I don't know if you guys know Orlando or whatever. It's not like New York. There's nothing close to you. To me, at school, it takes me like 11 minutes to drive 2 miles. This is, if it weren't for that light outside of my apartment complex, I could walk there. It's zero point 0.8 miles. That's where the interview is. So they're so local. So this would be a job that involves insurance, sales, taking multiple tests, Series 6, Series 7 maybe, and all this stuff. And I was like, wow. Like, maybe that's what I need to do. Because this is not working out what I'm doing. I've submitted a gajillion Indeed resumes. I've applied to all the top spots. I literally walked into a steakhouse in downtown Orlando, took a quiz yesterday. So it's one of the few times I submitted a personal resume with submitting, doing the whole to-do. I even, literally after that, went to the library to copy my resume and print out 10 of them, because my plan today was to just raw dogging, just like going out there and just hitting up a bunch of places. I took the interview. I'm like, oh my God, this might be my path, right? Where he talked about salary and stuff. He talked about, again, he's rosy glasses or whatever that analogy is. Anywhere from 60 to 100, I'll take it, because at this rate, I'm getting destroyed. I'm just not making what I need to do to support my family, and he was very supportive about that. So then I called a couple of people. I called one of my regulars who literally took the same path. He took, while he lost his job, was a regular at my bar because he lived upstairs at Sanford Brewing. And he took an interview from New York Life a couple of years ago and didn't work out. Told me some things, and if this interview doesn't work out, possibly they're hiring there. Okay, cool. And then I'll talk to another friend. Daniel's actually been in the reviews. He has a relevant-ish kind of gig where, again, sales commission based. And question me about it a little bit, because I did take the questionnaire that the corporate asked me about, and a lot of the questions were actually about how big is your professional kind of like scheme, like how many people do you know, how many friends and family. I'm not in the world to be asking my friends and family about like selling life insurance. Like, if they need it, sure, but how about this? I'm in the perspective of like, I have morality in my mind. Not even morality, just like good salesmanship. I like working in a restaurant. Like, I'm not going to sell you drinks and food that doesn't work out. Like, I know I have a great palate. I know what's good, so I will sell you on things that are good. Right? So now you have to be a choppy, I don't know what, say the word you want to say, but you have to be a salesman to sell people on things that they don't need. Especially my friends and family. My second friend, Daniel, mentioned that, and I think 1, 2, yeah. Oh, sorry, this is number 2 on the people I talked about. He's like, I don't know if you're that guy to be a shark, a bro, to be selling that stuff to people that like you love and care about, that you want to be lifelong friends. Like, even you viewers, like, I'm not here to sell you on something that I care, like, like people that I care about. To anyway, so. And then I talked to my lawyer friend. I just went to a wedding. He just got married, Eric. And he mentioned that maybe the remote attorney job might be the best move. Income is pretty dope if you are rebarred in New York. I am barred in New York. I had an issue this year about, like, they changed the rules where you had to rebar every 2 years. And I was going to rebar, so I got an email from the disciplinary board, and I just got an email, and they're like, hey, by the way, like, you have attachments. I'm like, by the way, I literally just signed up again. I've never practiced in New York. I'm completely fine. I should be barred with no issues. And they send me an email, hey, by the way, someone sent me an email, look at the attachments. There's no attachment to it. So I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little sketched. But my friend's an attorney. He's like, well, what do you do? There's no reason I should be disbarred from an attorney in New York. So I'm considering a lot of things. Today I was literally planning on, and tomorrow I was planning on going to a bunch of places, just blind dropping resumes like a dummy. And I think this might be the time I can't do it anymore. Um, the person that interviewed me, he asked me, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "I'm looking for stability. Like, I can't do this game where I'm just like fighting to interview a place." And my entire life, I've always been overqualified. Being a certified cicerone, being an advanced cicerone, like the only time I found myself being over qualified was working at a beer bar. A cocktail bar. I obviously I was in the middle of having certified cicerone at that point, and I pour beer like a motherfucker. I can, do all this kind of stuff, but like, making cocktails was a thing, and I learned it. I bought the Death and Co book. I did all the things, and like my managers appreciated. My bartenders like, oh, this guy actually actively wants to learn. I practiced my butt off. So that's one of the fun, like making cocktails outside, doing beer thing and then like making cocktails. But now I can do that. A lot of interviews, I was like, oh, like, are you cocktail? Forget about it. That's literally So I worked at a brewery for a little bit, but one of my first jobs was working at a cocktail bar. And forget about it. Yeah, I know how to make really great cocktails. And I am overqualified compared to my other people that are way more veteran, but I know how to make really good cocktails. I know how to do all that. And so that's the only time in my life that I felt that I need to learn something. But in my entire career, I've always been overqualified. I'm an advanced cicerone. Like, come on. Like, so I've been overqualified my entire life. And so maybe it's time to just quit that fact that I'm overqualified and there's not possibilities for me as a front-facing person that is short and Asian, right? Cool. I will find something else to support my family. So step A, I'm going to take an interview on Monday. By the way, hold on. Suit up, tie, let's go. Thankfully, unfortunately, I'm fat enough I can't fit in my old suits, but I have enough weddings in the past few years that I have a couple suits I can fit into. I just had a wedding for Eric's wedding, so I'm gonna do that. That's my one. Number two, my best friend Eric maybe convinced me that I need to look into. It's rare to have a law degree, despite how it all works out. Like, a law degree is pretty rare, and I'm not taking the Florida bar. It's just too much time. It's too much. I can't do it. So maybe looking at New York remote attorney work, because the floor on that is pretty decent. And then the first person to talk to, my regular John, is also hiring for that similar kind of gig, doing insurance and sales and financial advising. So I'm it came from a world where I was lost in the dark, so depressed, and not sure what to do. And now I'm so happy to have a game plan. And I thought about, like, again, the game plan, like, next 2 days was like, all right, we're gonna hit bars, restaurants, and drop my resume. But like, again, there's no stability, there's no benefits. Maybe the world is just going corporate and do the professional thing. It's fine. And I'll be happy about it, because it says that, like, what's the word? What's the phrase? Like, every time you go to work, I'm gonna write it myself right now. Every time you go to work, doing something that you love, you're never working. And I've done that for 10 years. I've never felt like I worked in a day in my life. It's just always been like, all right, let's go. Like, talk about beer, serving, it's been super fun. But to have to work, guess what? You got to be adult sometime, because especially if you have kids, like, like they're sleeping right now. Like, I have to do the thing that makes sense and dollars in sense. And yeah, this just maybe have to. No, sorry. That's gonna be something I have to do. There's no dream job that has dropped in my lap in the hospitality industry, and yeah. So please, again, consulted 3 friends talking about this stuff. Sorry, one acquaintance who was my regular, and now like he gave me the whole spiel, gave me a lot of information. Another friend who was in the legal world, and I'm looking very much to transition my career, and now have like triggers to really hit it, and I'm really happy about that. So I got the suit and tie interview on Monday. I'm gonna do the whole to do, and I hope it works out, and we'll see how it works. This is a whole 180 that's occurred right now, and I'm excited. I need to do something different. Like I just like I hate the fact that like craft has not worked out for me, because I literally devote like I literally see the computer right there, the reviews and content that I'm creating, but it's not going to work out. So I love you guys. I appreciate it, but let me know. Please, if you have any relevance to this kind of world of work, please let me know, because it really help out. I really just want to like get a good like the more data and information I can get would be helpful, sort of figure this stuff out. So thank you. Love you guys. Thank you.